Well, good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. I hope everybody is ready for tonight's show. We see a bunch of people in here, so I can't wait to get the party started. Guys, don't forget, you guys can jump the list. Small donation, just go ahead and click the jump the list link, and it will take you to where we will see that you guys have jumped the list, and it works out pretty good. All right. So that'll guarantee your guys' reading. We do jumps for the first half an hour of the show. So if you jumped within the first 30 minutes, you will be on the list until we are done and complete with our readings. So that still means even after we're done taking jumps, that means we're just not taking any more new ones. We're going to finish out everyone who has jumped the list. So I'm really excited about talking to each and every one of you. And, oh, you like the gray? It's actually green, but this lighting is, But, guys, it is Monday night, so we are here with the wonderful Miss Nikki Taylor.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here. That's exciting. I like it.
Absolutely. I hope you are ready. And it's been a very interesting day. The energies have been from the people that I've talked to throughout the day. And I've been giving everybody the warning is that time to organize and get things ready, get things prepared, because I did feel disarray. I felt energy was going to get a little bit crazy, and we're already starting to see a touch of that crazy. And so if you're not prepared for that crazy, it could definitely throw you off.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think that's kind of a universal theme right now for people. Absolutely. Getting ready and prepared on the micro and the macro scales. And tonight, I think we can help people with the readings and getting them prepared in their, interpersonal relationships and the microcosms of their life. So it's a good time to do it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I also like to introduce Jesse Slate. Jesse, how's it going?
It's going well. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a good night.
Absolutely. We're having a good one, and I hope you got those cards warmed up and ready to go.
Yes, I do.
All right, you guys know how we do things here. Just say hi. We're going to put you on the list. We're going to go down that list. We're going to take everybody who comes to the door. If someone jumps the list, that person will jump ahead of you. Just in case you don't know, we do not skip anyone. We are doing this show from 8 different platforms, so please be patient, be kind, and be courteous. All right, and if you're looking for the accurate reading, try not to twist the energy to try to make it go in your direction. It doesn't make it go that way. It actually gives you, it can be missing, spirit. They like to play games too sometimes, and if you're playing games with them, guess what? They're like, oh, game time. Let's play one back. You're really not going to get what you're looking for. So, well, FYI, spirit can be tricky and funny at the same time. Trust me, I hear them all the time, and they are hilarious.
Some practical jokesters.
Oh, gosh, yeah. What do you think that make things go bump in the night? Because they like the looks on your face when you're going, what is that?
That's what I do when I'll die. Scare people.
Looks on your face. I might when I come back. Can find me a nice little medium and be like, hey, that ain't gonna happen. The medium is gonna be like, damn it! I gotta tell him this. I'm like, I know, I was in your shoes.
Yeah, in our line of work, we almost have a responsibility to come back and do that, right? It's like our just desserts. So.
Exactly. Now we're going to be the spirit, and you're going to be the medium.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see the next level of mediumship, and it's something that I've learned as I've been going along, as I've become a teacher, is that some of these newer people coming through are more open and willing to see what else is out there. They're not coming in blind or thinking it's the devil and all this other stuff. All the same old stuff you hear over and over. And I mean, the world is changing, and I feel like it's awakening, and that's why you're finding yourselves there's more tarot readers, there's more mediums, there's also a lot more people on the earth too.
Mm-hmm.
the planet's more populated than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're,
I think we're awakening to each other and
Exactly.
to spirit. And I think that there's a lot of power in the combination of that. But I think you're right on. It's exciting to see the next wave.
I am ready to see it. I'm like, oh my God, I wonder what's going to happen next. Because I'm watching some of the kids that I know have these abilities, and I'm like, wow, you are really advanced for your age. And just nice to see. And the parents aren't, no, don't do that. You're not doing that right. You're not supposed to. They're like, I think my kids need to go.
Yeah. Well, we understand the natural nature of it.
Now.
We understand that it's not a natural, and even the scientific nature of it. And we're able to create some continuity there between our education and our formal training, and our gut instincts. I think that's really powerful.
Oh, yeah. All right, we got lots of people here waiting, so let's go ahead and check the jump list, and then we will get started here. All right, everybody's saying hi. We're saying hi back to you guys. I hope you guys are ready. Remember, you guys are going to get 2 minutes with each of us, and I'm going to give you what I see. Jesse's going to give you the information that he receives through his cards, and then Nikki is going to bless you with the energies from your ancestors and the energies that surround you from guides and her tarot as well. So it's going to be a beautiful thing, just in case you haven't watched before and this is your first time. All right, well, let's get this party started and start off with the name Tony and David. Tony and David, you are first. And then Heather Baker, get your question ready because you will be after Tony and David. Hi. Go ahead and throw us your question. Just waiting on Tony Ann to throw us her question. And then after Tony Ann is going to be Heather Baker. So Heather, make sure you're getting your question ready, but do not post it, not until we call your name again, so we can get your question at the same time we call out your name, because it makes things easier, makes things move across a little bit quicker. All right. Tony and David says, can you tell me about my love life? I'm single. Do you see any boyfriend, marriage, etc.? Who, when, etc.? All right. So when it comes down to the love life situation, I do believe that you will find love. I do see some bumps and bruises along the way in order to get to that. But Spirit is really just saying now's the time for you to focus on yourself and kind of take away the things that no longer serve a purpose, finding the inner balance, reminding yourself of who you are and not being modeled by what everybody else wants you to be. I keep seeing people kind of chiming in your ear, trying to tell you how to run your life, trying to tell you how to run your love life. Don't listen. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Don't listen. You need to listen to yourself right now. You need to do things for yourself right now. You need to open that door so love can come in. Now, I do see past love coming into your life. This is the ex trying to come back into the picture. I'm letting you know that because it looks like it's happening in about 2 weeks really strongly. I feel as though that you have a lot to communicate about, but there's a lot of trust issues. And that's something that you need to take into consideration, especially when Spirit's telling you to focus on you and to take care of the things that no longer serve a purpose in your life. And if this person is not going to be able to work with you and balance things out with you, then you're going to find yourself in the same boat that you were in before you guys had split apart. As for current love, is there someone around? Because I see love, but it's very, very faint. Because it just shows here that there's love there, but it's very weak. And that could be for the ex. But the thing is that when it comes to new people walk into your life, someone that's going to be strong, someone who's going to be you know, a part of your life, I wouldn't see strength and love until September. I'm going to pass this over to Jessie. We're going to see what the cards have to say. And she says, nope, nobody currently. That means this is love for the ex. So just be aware of what I said about the ex, as they will get better. It just, to me, I want you to be prepared. So let's pass this over to Jesse and see what he's got to say.
Hey there, Tony. The first card I pulled for you is the Emperor, saying organization, logic, structure, and discipline and leadership. This card's also about wanting to make some detailed plans and prepare for some things. The second card's the Five of Fire. It's saying competing goals, bothersome details, and conflicts with others. This is a card that's saying right now or in the future that you're going to have some conflicts with others, and a good way to focus on those is try to see things from both of your perspectives and not just one person's. And the third card is the Nine of Water. It's saying your wishes come true, concerns fade away, and a new love of life. I hope it helps you tonight.
All right, let's pass it over to Nikki.
Hi, honey. Okay. Oh, I panicked for a second with the mute. Okay. So here I can see that you've got some need for investment when it comes to a new relationship. So it's almost like feeling like historically maybe you haven't been able or willing to really give full investment of your time, energy, or any other resources to a relationship. So you may have been kind of fickle in the past with relationships, distracted, talking to multiple people at once, not willing to give all of yourself to one thing. In order for you to really draw in and usher in the love that you're seeking, like really spiritual, fulfilling love, you're going to have to consider whether it's timely for you to invest all of yourself into it. And if you're willing to do that, if you are, you're going to really be able to draw in a very passionate relationship. I can sense that legitimate passion is something you haven't necessarily experienced in the past. That just real burning need for each other and able to really edify each other in every way, on the physical plane, but also emotionally, spiritually, intellectually. I see you being able to really manifest the love of your life, though, if you can get clear on when a good time is for you to be willing to, invest yourself. Your biggest resource is going to be your time and attention, and not talking to other people or being distracted or looking for the next best thing. I think that also you've got some past emotions from past relationships still stored in your physical plane. So it's going to be a good idea for you to do some detoxing. You might want to do this through nutrition. Make sure if it's anything like extreme that you consult your doctor first, stuff like that. But, it'd be a good idea to get some like dandelion root tea into your diet, get some of that anger out of your liver. Epsom salt baths, things like that, really getting your body cleansed. Also, you can even, like when you take a shower, you can mindfully shower, right? Instead of just cleaning your physical being, you can remind yourself that as you take a shower, you're cleansing your auric field. You're cleansing past stuff, you can really make that experience spiritual and serve you in that way. That's going to be another aspect to you creating space so that you can draw into that love of your life, is kind of cleansing your physical being, your body, from past emotions that may be stuck from past disappointments, past betrayals, past hurts when it comes to relationships. Whether you were the one doing the betraying, right? Or the betraying was happening to you, there's still emotions there. So work on that.
Beautifully said, Nikki. Beautifully said. And thank you for those messages you got with those cards there, Jesse. And I hope that helps. All right. The next person in line was, give me a second. Let me look. Heather Baker. Heather, go ahead and throw us your question. And Natalie G, get your question ready. You will be right after Heather. All right. Heather is here. Heather says, thank you so much. I will get back everything that was taken. Will I get back everything that was taken from me? Will justice be served? Found my best friend dead 2 months ago also. Is he still with me? So what I got with your things being taken from you, I do feel like you'll get bits and pieces of things because they'll be randomly around, but nothing direct. Like, I don't feel like you're going to get everything back. I'm not picking that up when it comes to the situation, and I feel like there's just a few things. It's not a lot, but there's a few things. When it comes to your friends being around, being passed, I don't do mediumship unless it's been 6 months or longer. But I can tell you by just taking a peek, I'm not trying to communicate with them at this time due to that, but I do not see them on this side. I do feel like they are crossed over at the moment. So with that being said, that means they eventually do come back, check on their loved ones, make sure everybody's okay. Now, I'm not going to say that he hadn't or wasn't there, the best friend. I feel as though, yes, checked on you, but still had to cross over, as we all do. There's an adjustment period. A lot of times I don't like to talk to spirits before 6 months. That way they don't get trapped here. We don't want earthbound spirits. We want them to be able to go back and forth from this side and to cross back over. Because we have a lot that we need to learn when we leave this physical body to go back to our spiritual home. And that's why I wait on that period. Some people don't like that I wait, but that's just my role. It's not everybody's role. It's the way I was raised, the way I was taught how to read. So just know that your friend was with you and has been around you, but it is crossed over on the other side. Now, Nikki's going to, pretty sure she'll pick up some energies that circle you on that situation as well. But I'm going to at this moment, I'm going to hand this over to Jesse. We're going to see what the cards have to say for you, and then I'll hand it over to Nikki. Jesse, what's going on over there?
Hello. Well, the first card I got, I did pick up a yes on you getting your stuff back, but as Journey said, it's most likely just bits and pieces. But the first card I picked was the Five of Earth, saying fear surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others. The second card, the Ace of Water, saying falling in love, resurgence of relationships and spiritual growth and enhanced intuitions. The third card's the Lovers, saying intimate relations and to carefully weigh your decisions. I hope that helps tonight, and I'm sorry about your friend.
All right, well, let's pass this over to Nikki. Nikki, what you got?
Hi, honey. So I'm interested to know if there's children involved in your loss. That comes through right away. So it seems as if you're phrasing it as if you've lost just material possessions, but there's an energy of children being part of this dynamic somehow. So I'm not sure if there's like a custody battle or something like that it's occurred. It's interesting because this is going to sound like a criticism because we have associations with words and phrases and what they mean. So you're going to have to really detach some of the associations you have with this, but there's a lack of maturity here and immaturity, right? And that some of that is just with age, right? Life experience, but that is kind of the main factor in preventing you from getting your things. And it's what caused you to lose what you lost in the first place. So it's like your development wasn't at the level that it needed to be for you to manage that situation well enough to not lose everything that you lost. You were in a state of reaction. Gotcha. You're too smart.
Kids that were with me when I found
Gotcha.
On his knees at home.
Yeah. And coming around him, I have to say that he comes up with a lot of depression. There's some mental illness. There's a lack of rest for him. He wasn't getting rest. There's just a lot of emotions coming up for him. So I'm not sure if this was like an overdose or a suicide or some kind of a lack of self-care or some level of self-harm that ended up leading to his passing. I do see that he had flawed perspective. So he was definitely looking at the glass half empty rather than half full. That comes up in the Hanged Man card. I see that. Interesting. So does he have a birthday coming up, or did his birthday just recently pass? There's some kind of there's like a milestone here, like a date associated with him. And I know that he recently passed, but there's some date associated with him that's either just passed or it's going to be coming up really soon. And so it's like an acknowledgement that he'll be present for that. And it could be a grief-centered thing, or it could be something more joyous. For you, I see as you mature and you start to really commit yourself deliberately to participating in your own self-development, I do see you leaning towards and moving into a place of self-employment, which is going to provide you with security. Let's see. I was just reading your comment. He's having a hard time right before he passed. I also see, was he having some strife with his parents too, because parental care comes up for him? Or did he have children and he was having a tough time not getting to access his children or something? There's something around children with him as well. It's interesting.
That was the day we made the pact. He was going to stop drinking on his birthday. He died the day before.
Gotcha. And so I'm assuming. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Because, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of grief surrounding that when it comes to the child. So whether it was him and his parents or it's him and his son. So, I really feel for your loss. I feel for him. I don't sense his presence here right now at this time. It doesn't mean that he can't make that choice. I will say that from my humble experience, and I would never claim to know exactly what happens on the other side or say that every situation is the same, but from what I have experienced personally and in my readings, it seems to me that after people pass, they have a lot of work to do. They're not doing nothing right now. They are still participating in their own self-development and their own awareness, and they have tasks and things to do. And so I think they're able to be multiple places at once, and yet they don't always choose to be here. It doesn't always serve us for them to be around, right? Sometimes they're focusing on other things. So I wouldn't take it as a sign by any means that he doesn't want to be here to comfort you. And just allow him his time for self-development. It sounds like he really needs it. And I would also take comfort in that he's surrounded by unconditional love. That's a powerful thing. So keep that in your heart. Carry that with you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, so Menard jumped the list, so let's go ahead and take Medium Menard. Go ahead and throw us your question. Natalie, keep your question ready. Once we get past the jumps, we'll get to you. Okay, honey? All right, Medium Menard. All right. Says, what changes can I expect in my love life by the end of the year 2021? Haley Menard, 4/22/1996. Does my sister Ashley Menard have any messages for me? This broke me. Okay, so when it comes down to your love life, it's not what Spirit's talking about is not talking about your physical love life. It's talking about the love for yourself. And I keep seeing doubt that's being placed on you, and it's not being placed on you by anybody else but yourself. I feel as though there's a beating up of this energy, and I want you to take a step back and breathe and grieve and let things out, because there's a lot of just over-analyzing, not situations around you, but how you're beating up yourself and not giving yourself that love and affection to yourself. So that was the biggest thing Spirit was talking about when it comes to love, because it's not love for everybody else, because you can give love unconditionally, but you don't give yourself the love unconditionally as you should. So that seems to be the bigger message at this time. Now, when it comes to your sister, Your sister's messages are, she loves you, she cares about you, she's trying to get you to see that you are a good person and that you have an amazing gift and you're using it, but you're not using it in the way that you would or you could. And she feels like you should access it more because she's been trying to communicate with you and you have been missing out on those opportunities. So she's leaving you these messages. So you take care of you and really give yourself some love, some self-care. Listen to your sister because she was the one just yelling through like, you better tell her to love herself. So make sure you're loving yourself and giving yourself that time, at least 15 minutes a day, if that's all you can give yourself, because I know we live in a busy world where things come fast. So just allow yourself to have that time. Like I said, even if it's 15 minutes to meditate, to take a bath, just to calm the mind. And she said, oh my God, yes. Honey, love yourself. Trust yourself. That's the biggest part out of all of this, is that love is a trust issue. So trust yourself, because you're right the very first time you think about it. Just know that. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse and see what he's got out of those cards of his. What's going on, Jesse?
Not too much. I agree with Journey a lot with everything he said, and what I picked up on, you need to balance and find yourself first and work on yourself while you wait for someone else, which goes along with the first card I pulled, which is balance. It says the need for balance and moderation and to wait for perfect timing. The second card is 6 of Fire. It's saying victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. This means you're on the right path, but to continue to keep doing what you're doing. The third card is the 2 of Earth. It's saying too much going on at once, the need to make a decision. And this card's also about taking a little break and having some more fun in your life. And I hope that helps you tonight.
All right, let's pass it to Nikki.
Hi, honey. So I can see that you take too much responsibility on yourself. So you're taking responsibility of things that you couldn't possibly be responsible for. Your sister, is this your sister who's passed, or there's someone who's passed when they were young? Young meaning teens to very early 20s, maybe possibly younger, double digits there. And there's some impulsiveness surrounding this. So was somebody driving too fast or just being, I want to be careful here because I don't want it to sound disrespectful, but being kind of careless, right? Being impulsive somehow. There's a message for you about changing your mind. So letting you know that it's okay to change your mind. You have permission to do that. So if you had recently come to,
She was 25.
Okay. So if you'd recently come to some kind of decision about something, it's important for you to know that you're not locked into that, right? Careless. Okay. Yeah. Was this your second person? Is there a second person involved with your sister's passing somehow? Was someone with her? Something like that? Was she trying to do something with someone? I don't know. It's interesting. There's like this paired, were you present or somebody's present? There's like a paired thing with her passing that's coming through. I think your life lesson number is 6. And so 6 is the number of harmony and balance, right? You can think of a scale with like 3 balls on each side, balancing it out. And when you have a life lesson number 6, it means that the universe is going to continually present you with opportunities to develop yourself based under this number. Now, those opportunities can feel really harsh sometimes, or they can feel really lovely. It depends on how you accept them or how you choose to resist them, okay? So opportunities for balance and harmony are kind of going to come in the form of you're going to be given opportunities to recognize where there is a lack of balance and harmony, right? So you're going to be really tuned into chaos, disorganization, anything that doesn't feel balanced and harmonious is really going to create a lot of friction for you. Also, having a 6th life lesson is really focused in the home and domestic roles. Okay. So when you're in a domestic role, when you're married or, living with someone, even if it's not romantic, even in a roommate situations or within your own family dynamic, boy, harmony and balance becomes really important there. And you're going to be really tuned in when things aren't working right. Now, your task, because it's your life lesson, is the universe is giving you opportunity to learn how to create harmony and balance in that situation. So it's not enough just to tune into where things are out of balance. The next step is going in and cultivating balance and fixing the imbalances. That's when you really can detour around a lot of the suffering and significant discomfort. So I want you to keep that in mind, and know that you have permission, although you don't need it, to change your mind.
All right. So Laura Smith, get your question ready. You jumped the list, so we're going to go ahead and take your question, but we're going to take that question right after these messages. Guys, stay tuned. We're going to get to some more questions here in just a little bit. All right, guys, we are back, and Laura Smith, go ahead and throw us your question. Laura, come on down. Laura, if you posted it before the commercials were over, I can't see it any longer. So go ahead and repost if you posted. Laura Smith. Laura Smith, are you here? All right. Laura Renee, are you Laura Smith on PayPal? I need Laura Smith. Just want to make sure I get the right people. Yes, okay. So Laura's here. Laura says, my boyfriend left in the middle of the night last night. So general question, on us. Okay, so are you wanting to know? I'm curious as to what it is that you're wanting to know exactly. But when it comes to this relationship, I do feel like there's not a good path at the moment. And I feel as though that the energy that I see circling around you and the boyfriend is that he's got a lot on his mind. And I don't feel like there's another female involved, but I do feel like there's a lot of baggage. How do I put this? There's a lot of, I would call it drama, in the sense that he's got a lot of stuff on his mind, things that he's like kind of pushed to the side and wasn't wanting to deal with. Everything kind of surfaced here recently, and I get the drinking is stronger. I keep seeing drinking, and I keep seeing drinking stronger, and I do feel like she says yes. And if we'll make it, I drank some. I think maybe he was mad. Well, it's not the anger's not actually towards you. These are things that he's kind of put off, and it just has been bottled up, and it's just sitting there. Well, he drank as much as I'm feeling that he drank, and I feel like there was an earthquake. The shelf fell, and it busted all those bottles he's been keeping with these different types of things, and he's been thinking about them. He's had these random outbursts of energy that are just weird, and he seemed closed off, and then he was talkative, and then he's like trying to avoid it. And so there's a lot of stuff going on there. And so I don't want you to think that he's actually attacking you. He's attacking himself, but he's lashing out at you. And the reason he feels that he can do that is because, oh, if you love me, you'll take it type situation. Not exactly a good thing not a good way to think, but it's what's happening right now. I do feel like he will be in contact with you, but it'll be, I would say, probably a few days. I don't feel like you're going to get any type of communication until we get closer to the end of the week. But I'm going to pass this over to Jesse and see what he's got.
Hey there, how are you doing tonight? The first card I pulled for you is the Ace of Fire, saying an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, and to change your life now. And this card can also mean a new and fresh start. The second card I pulled for you is renewal. It's saying review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, and move on in a new direction. Basically, what this is saying is to learn from the situation and clearly move on with everything you learned about the situation. And the third card is awakening, and saying to look at things from a different perspective. And it's important to be yourself right now. And I hope this helps you tonight.
All right. Let's pass this over to Nikki and see what Nikki's got. Nikki, what's going on?
Hi, honey. So, impulsiveness is why he left. He was being impulsive. He had a feeling, he had a realization, and he acted on it immediately. And Journey's absolutely right. It really doesn't have a lot to do with you, although it affects you. So you're going to need to consider that moving forward with him. So in his present, he's got multiple cards that show addiction and codependency and a need to, fix that. And so, addiction's a big word, and we have a lot of associations with that. And so that may resonate with you in a particular way. But I urge you to really understand that addiction really is a fine line of overconsumption, and it's when it becomes harmful in any way. And I think he's at a point in his life where he's really teetering between wanting to start going towards legitimate self-development on a spiritual and cognitive level, and then wanting to just kind of have fun and kind of push back this overwhelming sense of responsibility that he has. I think being a man to him and what it means to be a man in this world is really overwhelming for him. And he feels like he's got a lot of heavy masculine energy, and he feels like he needs to kind of bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. He wants to be a provider. He wants to be fit. He wants to have, a certain number in his bank account, all of these things, all of these kind of stereotypical associations with what it means to be like a desirable male. And we forget that males have that on their shoulders sometimes, and it's not just women who have the stress of what it means to encompass their gender or their gender role. So I see that it's like self-medicating and just trying not to feel so serious, because there's a lot of serious thought processes going on inside of him and narratives that he's trying to work around. So he's really hard on himself, and he's really caught between the two halves of himself. One half of himself wants to really like get up and meditate and like eat super clean, and the other part of him just wants to go out and like have fun on the weekend. I see in his future he's got more breakdown occurring, because what he's needing to do is break down and pull apart and really dismantle his old paradigm. That's a lot of work. So I don't know how things are going to go for you. Traditionally, when someone's doing that kind of work, it's hard for them to have any reserve of energy to partake in a romantic relationship. So this might be where you want to give him time and maybe support him peripherally in his endeavors to really better himself, so that he can feel better about what's going on. Also, he has an inherent inability to ask for help. So trying to just support him how you can is going to be really beneficial.
All right. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Laura. I hope everything works out in the way that you're wanting it to. Just remember to take in what we said here. He is putting too much pressure on himself. All right. So Sierra L, you were next, and then we're going to have Natalie G. So Natalie, get that question ready. Don't post it just yet, but she'll be right after Sierra. Sierra says, "Hi, loves. Things have been overwhelming for me. Early Sunday morning, I finally saw M again, and things went perfectly until he left, and I was left alone with my thoughts and feelings. And now I'm concerned. What was his true intentions? How does he feel for me? And I'm so hurt in so many ways. I need guidance." Okay, so right off the bat. So your energy went straight to insecurity right after he left. And those insecurities can be reflected out. So you got to be careful with the way that you choose to communicate. Intentions and things like that, I don't feel that he was purposely trying to bother you or try to hurt you in any way, because I don't feel like that's his intention, because I actually do see that he has these love feelings for you, and I do know that they will develop. But I have to say this because I'm Journey Ryan, and this is what I'm here for, is to let you know that this person that we're talking about is not your end all game. This is not your, lack of a better word, soulmate. This is somebody you were supposed to meet. This is someone that you're supposed to develop this energy with, and then you're going to grow from this, and I see you meeting somebody else. And I hate to say that, because right now your energy is loving this person, but we all go through this. We all feel these different energies. We love different people, and we think this is the person that's going to love me. This is the person that's going to do all this. And then you find out, no, this isn't. You have your arguments, you guys separate, and then your energy changes. Unfortunately, I feel like, allow yourself to go through these steps, but know what's right for you, and don't be afraid to speak your mind, because I feel like you're holding back. And I feel as though that's in sparing of his own feelings, but you're not sparing your own. So you need to reflect on that. You have to feel what's right for you, not just what's right for him. This is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street, and it's not all about him. You're involved too, and you have feelings just like he does. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse and see what the cards have to say.
Hey there, Sarah. The first card I pulled tonight was the Page of Water, saying a new person enters your life or a relationship beginning a new phase. The second card is the Nine of Fire, saying don't give up, protect the things that you've created, and to believe in yourself. The third card's the Page of Air, saying challenging information, plays or changes to plans. And I hope that helps you tonight.
All right, let's pass this over to Nikki.
Hi, honey. Okay, so I can see a couple things. I can see where you may be blocked in this relationship. One thing is finances. You're not where you want to be financially. You don't feel like you have the ability to provide for yourself the way that you want. That's a distraction, right? It's not like directly related to this relationship, and yet it's a pretty big distraction, right? It's hard to, let's see, I definitely figured that. I'm holding back a lot. I haven't messaged him. I haven't heard anything from him. I just didn't know if it was right to say anything. Gotcha. Okay, so anyway, so there's a financial distraction here, like in the back of your mind, and it kind of wears on your self-esteem or your kind of trust in yourself, your ability to take care of yourself. For him, there's some emotional restriction on his end. So he's not fully emotionally developed at this point, and that's okay. That's not a criticism. It's just this is the season of his life that he's in. So you want to be aware of that, and it doesn't mean that you can't engage with him or that obviously he's going to grow. If this is a season, next season's going to be better, and he's going to be more open emotionally. When that season is, I can't tell you. So you're going to want to decide, are you in it for the long haul? Are you willing to kind of to wait for him as he opens up emotionally, or are you looking for someone who's ready now? You need to make that decision for yourself and come into it clearly. I see that you also are coming into some emotional growth soon as well. And then there's an element of, I talked about finances being a distraction, but also they kind of wear on your confidence a little bit. There's another element. Is there like are you concerned with like your physique or your figure for some reason? Because there's like, it's coming in, it's like you feel like there's some self-consciousness revolving around your body. And that plays a factor here because it's almost like you don't feel like you deserve the level of love and romance and the list goes on that you actually deserve, you feel, and are willing to settle a little bit, which, yes, gotcha. Okay. This thing where you're like, well, this is as good as it can get, or this is as good as I can get, is like, we have to shatter that, sweetheart. That's just bullshit. You're gorgeous, and there is a perfect person for everyone. So don't settle. Don't in your heart go, what I really want is a lover, a champion lover who is emotionally open and ready to just be intimate and connected to me and look me in the eye. Don't settle for someone who's not at that point in their life because you think that's all you can get, because that's an illusion. It's the greatest of illusions. You have the ability to really draw in your champion lover. I want you to think about an exercise program. This is not to change your physique. This is not because you're correct about how you look, but it's because you need to feel strong. You need to remember that, oh my God, my body's awesome. Look at what I can do. I can lift these weights. I can squat. I can stretch. Like, look at all this stuff. Like, my body's awesome how it is. I want you to think about that. And that's it.
All right. Thanks, Nikki. Appreciate it. All right. And I hope that helps Sierra. Next person in line was Natalie G. Natalie, go ahead and throw us your question. And I need Randy Bear to get their question ready because you will be next on the list. So, Natalie, go ahead and post your question. Sierra says, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
All right. We got Natalie here. Natalie says, do you see me in a good and stable relationship in 2021? I am single right now. If not 2021, when do you see love for me? All right, so let's go into the love life situation. From what I'm picking up when it comes to love for you, Natalie, is that yes, love is coming your way. I'm not going to say that it's not, because I definitely see it there, but it's saying here to open the gates. And when that is being said to me to open the gates, I get here that give me a second, guys. Magically, we got a troll. All right, so The thing is that when you are told to open the gates, it's basically telling you that you need to open your heart, allow yourself to go on dates, allow yourself to be open to new people. There seems to be like this, like you have your guards up right now, and it's not allowing people in. It's actually reflecting them out. And the only people that are going to try to stay around are those that need to be babied or need to be healed. And in this time, while you're trying to find somebody for you, this is not a time for you to be, fixing it up. You don't need a fixer-upper. You need one that's already turnkey. You don't want to have to go in and fix all the problems and then realize that this person's going to go off with somebody else after you fixed everything that was going on in their life, and then basically you fixed everything for somebody else to have love. And that's what I see happens to you, and I feel as though that it feels like you're being mistreated. And from what I'm seeing here, I don't feel like this is the type of people that you need. So if they've got a lot of problems, they got a lot of baggage, hey, I'll be your friends, but we can't be anything more than just friends. The person that you're coming in contact with happens in September. I'm going to say more towards the end, getting closer to October. But I can tell you right now, you need to allow yourself to go on dates. You need to be open to love, but know what you want. It's not being picky. It's knowing what you want. So don't let anybody tell you that you're being picky, because that is not what's happening here. You know what you want, you're going to go for it. All right, I'm going to pass this over to Jesse and see what the cards have to say for you. Jesse, what's going on over there?
Okay, the first card I pulled tonight is the Three of Air. It's saying great sadness, take time to heal, and need to forgive yourself and others. And it's also saying something from your past is still lingering you or hurting you or bringing you down in some way. The second card is the Four of Air. It's saying take time to rest or take a vacation, allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. This card also means to regroup and rejuvenate and to take care of yourself and to spend some time alone. And the third card I pulled tonight is the High Priestess. It's telling you to listen to your intuition, pay attention to your dreams, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting upon anything. And I hope this helps you tonight.
Let's pass this over to Nikki. You're muted, honey.
Happens to the best of us. Okay, so in your past, sweetheart, I can see there's a significant amount of emotional withdrawal. I think I can really echo Jesse here and say that you've been hurt in the past. You've really kind of gone inside your shell in the past. I see in the present, you have a lot of responsibilities, right? You're needing to create some balance between work and home life. Your energy is pulled in a lot of directions. You're kind of like the taskmaster, and everybody calls on you. If there's a problem, you can solve it. And so that's been a historical pattern for you, and that is going to affect relationships, right? It's about how much energy you really have to give and whether or not you want to be in a relationship where you have to be the problem solver, where you have to be the initiator. Because I think that because of this historical pattern of you being that, what would really serve you well is a relationship where there's a lot more balance between roles. That's correct. Okay. And you get to relax a little bit. You get someone who's making some of the decisions and initiations and taking care of the details, right? Because you do that day in and day out. I also see that there's definitely, there is conflict in your perspective surrounding love and what you want for love, right? So you're not laser focused. You are not 120% crystal clear on what your dream relationship looks like. Like you do not have your criteria down. It's like you find a relationship or you meet someone, you're like, oh yeah, I like that. But you didn't know you liked that. You didn't know you were looking for someone who, meets all of these things. And so you need to get clear on that because you haven't been in the past. I do see relationship. This is really what Journey was saying is I see a relationship coming for you. And I think it's already sitting there. So absolutely it can happen this year before the year's over. But it is about joining in. So you're going to come to this relationship by expanding your horizons and by going outside of your comfort zone. So this is accepting the invite to the dinner, to the to the yoga class, stuff that you normally wouldn't have time for because, like I said, your time is really pulled on. You make time for that, and you're going to. I think you're going to meet the love of your life. So.
All right. Thank you, Nikki. All right, guys. And Natalie, thank you, and I hope that helps. All right, we need Randy Bear to go ahead and throw their question. They were next on the list. Randy Bear. Says, okay, thank you. It really helped. I need to get out of my comfort zone. Absolutely. We all do. We all do. Sometimes we just get too comfortable and we stay put. It's too easy that way.
You get complacent. It happens.
All right. Randy Bear says, will I get married? Info on that. Love. All right. So when it comes to love for you, I'm seeing two different roads right now. One in front of you. Is there somebody already connected to you or trying to connect with you? Because I keep seeing two roads crossing, but I don't see that there's not an outlet. Like there's nothing that is going to keep you in this relationship, or the person that's trying to connect with you. And she said yes. But the thing is that this relationship is around you currently, I feel like it can get stronger if you choose to take a time to stop and make this, work on both ends. I feel as though that the other half is not really putting forth effort. And to me, that seems like it's slowing you down and you're kind of like checking it out, but then you're going to haul ass. You're going to keep going because guess what? The road just crosses. It's a four-way cross here. You can take it right. You can take it left. You can go straight. You can get away from the situation. This is not to me, this doesn't seem like it's got enough strength right now to be the one that you could marry unless you guys stop. Because both of you are you're going in different directions, and it's not that you don't want to be with each other. It's more along the lines that you've got a lot going on in your life. He's got a lot going on in his life. And I just don't feel like you guys are taking the time to stop to actually give each other the time that's necessary for this relationship. She says, laugh out loud. I'm a trucker and you're speaking my language. Well, damn it, girl. I knew I was talking to somebody with that good stuff there. Well, the thing is also when it comes to love, like deep emotional, strong connection, I'm seeing it's somebody else and it's not this person, but I'm not saying this person can't be a part of your life as of right now. But I'm going to say the attachments to the situation can really just be, hey, thanks for dinner. I'm glad we spend time together. I'm glad we talk once in a while, but eventually you're going to find that love that suits you. So hang in there. It's going to get better. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse and we'll see what we got here.
Okay, hello there tonight. First card I pulled for you is the Lovers. It's intimate relationships, carefully weighed decisions, and good health. This card is also saying communication is key. Love is on your mind, and that it's important to develop trust and to make a decision about your life that will affect your future. The second card is the Knight of Water. It's saying falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. And when this card pops up, it also means you might want to go out and have some more fun and just go out and relax. The third card I got is the Three of Earths, saying the power of creativity, recognition for being a very high quality work and to be a team player. And I hope this helps you tonight.
All right, let's pass it over to Nikki. I always want to say Hickey from Nikki.
You always want to say what?
Hickey from Nikki.
Oh.
It's just a play off of Grease.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, honey. So as far as love goes, there's some work that needs to be done before you're going to be able to really draw in the love that you want. Now, are you going to be able to draw in intermediate or transient lovers in the meantime? Sure. Fair enough. Know what they are and approach them as so, right? We're not going to invest big emotions into that. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to treat them flippantly. Oh, you're temporary, so I'm going to treat you like that. But we're going to go into it with our boundaries, right? And knowing what we're doing. The things that need to occur before you draw in the kind of love that you want and that you need in your life to fulfill you and help. It's part of your healing. Love's part of your healing. Communication. Right? So you've got to get your communication on board and learn how to communicate your needs, because you hold stuff in until you blow up. That doesn't serve anybody. And then you feel bad about it. And it's really kind of an abuse dynamic, and you're not an abuser, right? But you're participating in patterns that you've historically witnessed. Courage, really relying on your inner strength and your ability to be consistent. Right? So that's something you haven't had in your life either. You haven't been able to be consistent because you've been too busy navigating constant change and obstacles, right? And so there hasn't really been a platform for consistency. Well, the universe is cultivating that for you now and asking you to step into your integrity and going, okay, I've got the base I need to now be consistent, so do it. You've also got a change in perspective. So you're still in a place where you're seeing the glass half empty. That's shown in the Hanged Man card. And what that is, we look at the Hanged Man card and we see him and we're like, oh man, he's being hung upside down. That's brutal. And then we flip it over and we go, actually, he looks like he's standing like really powerful and strong and well balanced. And so that is a change in perspective. When it comes to your ideal mate, your soulmate, if you will, you want someone who obviously is going to be very supportive, but you're able to provide equal amounts of support for each other so that you feel really valuable in that relationship. You don't feel like he's doing all the work and then you have guilt and shame, I'm not good enough. And you certainly don't want to be the one giving all the support either. It has been one or the other always in your relationships. Emotional maturity is going to be really important for you, both in your partner and for yourself. So you're needing to get maybe some therapy or journaling or whatever you can do to really elevate how you process your emotions. Most importantly, how you react to things based on your emotions. And the next thing is you need somebody who is spiritually on the same page as you. You don't want someone who's like, thinks crystals and tarot cards are funny, right? Because it's not going to serve you. You need someone who can respect, honor, and hold sacred space for your sacred belief system.
All right. Thanks, Nikki. Appreciate your questions and your answers. And I said questions. I meant to say answers. But guys, thank you so much for your questions tonight. It's been a blessing to talk to each and every one of you. If you guys didn't get a chance to get a reading tonight, please tune in tomorrow. We're going to be here with myself, Nikki Taylor, and Jesse Slate. Like we are every Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, we're here with myself, Jesse Slate, and Gifts of Faith. Friday nights, we do witchcraft information. So if you guys want to know more about witchcraft, tune in on Friday nights. All right. She said, thank you guys so much. And thank you so much. And be safe out there on them roads since you're a trucker. Now I know why the crossroads came up. It was talking language. All right, guys, that's how the psychic world works. All right, so we want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now, guys, tomorrow we will be here for our 1 hour show at 12:30 Eastern time. We will be back again, but it will be Divine Time with Nikki Taylor. So if you guys want to get a reading with Nikki after our show, she will be coming on a half an hour after the show to answer more questions for you guys right here on My Psychic Connection. So tune in and have some fun. Let that energy flow. Let Nikki pick it up and give it to you the way you need it, because sometimes it takes an outsider to see what we're missing. That's how I look at it. I people they say things, and I'm really good about picking certain things up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. So now I'm going to fix it, or I'm going to do this to change it. Always listen. I pay attention.
Mm-hmm. External observation. It's a tool.
It'll be For Nikki's show, it'll be at 12:30 Eastern, and our show is at 10 o'clock Eastern, which is 9 Central. And what is it? Pacific time?
That'll be 8:30 my time,
Yes.
Pacific Standard Time.
All right. So it will be 8:30 Pacific time, and it'll be 12 Eastern, just so you guys know. Or 12:30 Eastern. All right, guys, we want to say thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, same crowd, same place. Let's have a good time. From everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night.